Welcome back, Attack. Today we have an incredible top 10 for you, and that is going to be the top 10 video game competitions. These are going to be more geared towards specific video games, but some of these are true gaming conventions and events. So hopefully you're going to have fun with this, and if you're looking to be competitive, these are the conventions or the actual competitions that you should be looking forward to. Starting off our list for top 10 video game competitions is Awesome Games Done Quick, and while technically not exactly a competition, there are some sort of pseudo competitions going on here, and sometimes people break world records, but basically AGDQ, or Awesome Games Done Quick, is a speed running convention competition thing. It's rather low key, and it's mostly viewed via online streaming, and it's mostly for just kind of fundraising. But it's pretty awesome to see these guys taking even single player games, you know, just running through them, speed running them, and trying to be competitive while doing so, actually attempting world records, and essentially trying to break these games. Speedrunning is its own unique sense of competition, and no other event really shows off that uniquity like AGDQ. At number 9, we have EVO, the world premiere fighting game competition. It's not just any one single fighting game either, it's the best of the best players from the best of the best fighting games, all pitted together in this huge giant convention. This is really a celebration of the fighting game community. Every year it's so beyond hype, and if you are looking to play fighting games professionally or, you know, even casually, EVO is really the dream to either visit as a spectacle or to play at. So at number 8, we have DreamHack, which is like the biggest gaming convention. Really, it's not just gaming either, though. There's a bunch of other digital kind of celebratory stuffs going on. But DreamHack is very, very competitive minded. There are lots of LAN little championship tournaments going on, prize money being thrown out everywhere. But that's not just for gaming either. They also have like a digital art competition. So that's why it's so low on the list. But because it has such a sheer mass and sheer mass appeal, I mean, it's so big, so many people go to it, and there are so many tournaments, it definitely had to at least earn a slot on this list. Alright, at number 7, we have the World Cyber Arena, which actually touts kind of like a multitude of genres, from first-person shooters like Crossfire, to collecting card games like Hearthstone, and then even MOBAs from Dota 2 to Heroes of the Storm. With its wide range of games, you can expect a lot of competition, and they do have some pretty heated prize pools. All in all, nothing too fancy from this competition, nothing too extravagant or extra like we see in DreamHack, but it cannot be said that this isn't one of the biggest video game competitions out there. At number 6, we've got BLIZZCON. Now, if you saw our top 10 video game conventions, yeah, you'll probably know that that's on the list too. If not, well, spoiler alert, it's on there. BlizzCon is a huge convention, and in this huge convention, we have Blizzard games. And it so happens that StarCraft is one of the most competitive games ever. Overwatch is slated to also be a very competitive game. Then we have World of Warcraft, Heroes of the Storm, Hearthstone. As you can see, a lot of competitive games are looking to be played here. BlizzCon gives out huge prize pools and draws a huge crowd just because of its esports. Yes, the games themselves are fun and can be casually enjoyed, but competitively, these games can also draw a crowd. At number 5, we have the Call of Duty Championships, and I know a lot of you guys probably think the series might die, but historically, the Call of Duty Championships have brought in some huge numbers of viewers, of players, and that sweet prize pool money. With the next Call of Duty being a Black Ops title, and that historically being a very competitive series, it can be imagined that the Call of Duty Championship for the next time, series, year, whatever, will probably be pretty big too. At number 4, we have an incredibly new game, and that is the SMITE World Championship. SMITE is a very new game, but instantaneously, it very much borrowed from some of the monetization schemes of Dota 2, at least for its competition, and allowed sort of like this crowd-funded championships, and that instantly threw the whole game way up this list. It wasn't even going to make this list, but it threw it way up on here, and it's becoming hugely popular because it's got some pretty big prize pools, and that prize pool is drawing in a lot of competition. And already the game was a pretty good game, especially casually, but now that we see it taking this esport focus, wow, I think next year and the years following, it could get even bigger. Coming in at number 3 on our list of the top 10 video game competitions, of course we gotta put ESL 1 Cologne, the biggest, the world's largest Counter-Strike Global Offensive tournament. Now, it's no joke, CSGO is serious business, and ESL One Cologne being the biggest tournament for one of the biggest shooters, if not the biggest first-person shooter out right now, yeah, it's definitely got to go on this list quite high, quite high. Prize pools, big. View count, huge. Video game popularity, yeah, that's a check, check, check. I think we're good on all fronts. I think there's nothing else that needs to be said. ESL One Cologne is number 3 on our list. Now, at number 2, we have the League of Legends World Championships. In terms of production value, quite freaking high. I mean, last year they had Imagine Dragons play. Not many games rent out entire stadiums, but this is one that does. League of Legends is the game that is propelling esports into the mainstream audience, and it's definitely in part thanks to its massive world championships every single year. And at number 1, we have Dota 2's The International. Hands down, the single biggest prize pool. But I mean, that's not the only points, of course. I mean, Dota 2 is a huge, absolutely huge game. Big viewership, selling out arenas. And what's very interesting is that Dota 2 actually has a huge plethora of tournaments. It doesn't just have a single season. There's little competitions going on in Dota 2 constantly, every single day, sometimes multiple times a day. And then to cap it all off, every year we have the International. One of the most competitive games, if not the single most competitive game in the world, having such a huge prize pool, such a draw with viewers and players alike. I mean, it's such an epic that Valve even made a documentary on it. The stresses, the life of a player going through with playing in the International. Say what you want, guys, but for us, number 1 video game competition in the world is the International. And that was it. That was our top 10 video game competitions. Some of these may die, some of them may rise up. Maybe QuakeCon will be a little bit more impactful with the inclusion of Doom in the future, yeah. And maybe BLIZZCon will probably move up its ranking on the list, but we will see in the future. If you guys have been to any of these competitions, please leave your accounts in the comments below. And thanks for watching, guys. Please come back, Attack, and remember to like and subscribe so you can stay notified of all these top 10s that we got coming out, first impressions, and other gaming goodness that we'll throw at your faces. So be excited for the next video, and we'll be excited to see you there. Welcome back, Attack. Today we're going to be talking about the top 10 free-to-play MMOs for this year, for 2015, and I think across all the genres for free-to-plays, we've seen so much innovation in MOBAs, in MMOs, in like card games. We've seen so many new things this past year, and hopefully, maybe, probably so, 2015 is going to be just as exciting.